some damage and even some exposed pipes, with some areas seeing temperatures drop down into the low and middle 20s. If you get that cold, that could definitely do some damage. So that's the cold after the storm moves in. Right now, it's the warm before the storm. We're into the 60s right now up and down the Wasatch Front. It's cloudy out there. We've got a few sprinkles up and down much of the northern part of the state, into the 50s in Park City, 58 in Heber, 62 in Cedar City, 75 in St. George. But it's been windy for much of the area today. We've got over 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts into the Evanston region, over 35-mile-per-hour winds into Milford, 30-mile-per-hour winds into Delta. So we're going to continue to see some pretty strong winds here through the next 24 hours as well. Starting to see a little bit more moisture working its way into the northern part of the state. A few sprinkles more so across the high terrain through the evening and overnight. An isolated shower back up to the north and west. It's still pretty dry right now for much of this to even reach the ground. But by 9 p.m., just an isolated shower out there. As we get into tomorrow morning, we could see a few sprinkles, including across the valley floors. But the heavy stuff moves in when the cold front pushes in across the Wasatch Front right around lunchtime tomorrow. So we'll see a burst of rain, strong winds, and then a change over to snow for about 2 to 4 hours, starting off in the Ogden area up through Cache Valley, and then eventually here in the Salt Lake Valley as we get closer towards your evening commute. So that's why we do have that first alert weather day for tomorrow evening, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. We see that burst of some snow, some light accumulations, more so on grassy surfaces, up through the mountains, a couple inches of snow. And then the second part of the storm, this is where things could get interesting. This will be the better chance for accumulating snow out on the grounds, which would be late Thursday night into early Friday morning. South and southeast of the Great Salt Lake, we could see some lake effect snow as the lake kicks in into Friday morning's commute. So that could be messy for both tomorrow evening's commute and especially Friday morning's commute if that lake effect band sets up. And if it does set up, we could see some isolated areas south and southeast of the Great Lake seeing more than 3 inches of snow. So we'll have to watch out for that. I think the majority of us, though, see about a dusting to a half an inch. Many of our mountain valleys, a couple inches of snow, and up into the mountains, about 5 to 10 inches of snow. We've got that hard freeze that'll settle in behind it. For St. George, though, not too bad. You're just looking at temperatures that'll be down into the 60s as we head into Friday, warming things up into Sunday. Really nice into early next week. And then across the Wasatch Front, we're going to be dealing with that drop in the temperatures as we head into Friday, that hard freeze for a few mornings. And then look at the second half of the weekend. Sunday, we're back into the 70s and a gorgeous start to the work week next week.